Hey guys, welcome back to another unboxing / review. Today we're looking at the Miyoo Mini Plus. If you haven't heard of this device by now, I'd be shocked. Its little brother, the Miyoo Mini, came out a few years ago, but after some manufacturing challenges due to the small screen size, the company moved on to the Plus version because it used a more readily available screen. As you guys know, I'm not one of those guys that are going to go super in depth about the performance and give you decimal numbers regarding how each emulator runs. I'm just going to give you my opinion on if this thing is worth it for the price. Now, regarding the price, the Plus usually sits around $70 on Amazon and other markets, but since it's November and Black Friday is nearby, you can find this on sale for $60 pretty regularly. I picked mine up on Amazon for around $65 and it came with a screen protector and a hard shell case. The unboxing is kinda non-existent. You get the case that has a manual, USB-C charging cable, screen protector, and the device itself. I'm honestly a fan. It's straight to the point with no unnecessary packaging involved. Now let's get to the device itself. It's not exactly the fun size that the original Miyoo Mini is, but we can just say it's good time sized. It's smaller than my hand, but fits in my hands comfortably. You get 4 face buttons, mine are multicolored because I got the white version, a SNES type D-pad that feels very nice and tactile. It's not as stiff as the Vita, but more clicky than the Analog Pocket. You have your menu button that can be used to access different settings in each emulator, your start and select buttons, the power button up top, and then on the back we have a full set of clicky shoulder buttons. I like how they stagger the L and R ones from the 2s. This makes it easier to remember which is which when playing. At the bottom of the device you also have a micro SD card slot, a headphone jack, and a USB-C port for charging. Apart from the I/O, let's talk about the quality. The Plus feels pretty good actually. The plastic has this matte, soft touch feel to it, at least the white model does, and it doesn't feel cheap, but also not the best in the world. Now again, I'm going to compare it to the Analog Pocket because the plastic on that feels very top notch, but that device is also at least $150 more than the Plus, so take what you can get. The next, and if not the greatest star of the show, is going to be the screen. The Plus has a 3.5 IPS screen. I believe the resolution is 640 by 480. In a side-by-side comparison, the Plus screen looks almost the same as the Pocket's, but the Pocket is rocking a 1600 by 1440 resolution, so yeah. So I've actually never bought any of the millions of handheld emulators on the market. I got this one because, I don't know, I just felt like it. But I'm not disappointed. It comes with a 64GB SD card that has everything on it. The items on the SD card are, well, just a pile of games for different emulators, even a port of Mario 64 that runs surprisingly well. Usually I'll take these SD cards and just erase them because if I have too many games to play, I end up not playing any of them, so I like to put the ones that I want to play at the moment and then go from there. The game collection for this is decent and a majority of the games that I want to run alright. There are some audio cracklings and screen tearing, but I'm sure those things can be adjusted in the settings. I'm a little hesitant to give this device a rating based off the stock experience because I know there's a custom OS called Onion OS, and that seems to be leagues better for the Miyoo Mini Plus. I plan on making a video on that in the future, so stay tuned. Back to the gaming experience. It's good. It works, and that's really all you need. You have a sleep function, save and load states, and customization settings for each emulator. With that being said, I do know some emulators work better than others, so if a game doesn't run well, I wouldn't say the system can't handle it, but more so that there may be a better optimized emulator for that game. You'll see here that I'm showing some games running in the background, and during the testing session I had no input delays or issues. Everything ran great, if not perfect. One thing that I did want to include is a size comparison. I grabbed some other handhelds that can either accomplish the same goal the Plus can, some can do less, and some can do more. First up, we have the Game Boy Color. In my opinion, this device is still super comfy to hold, but the screen is lacking. I think for everything I'm going to show, the Miyoo will be smaller or same in about every aspect in terms of size, but the Color is for sure a chonky boy. Following, we have the arguably best designed handheld, the Game Boy Advance. The landscape design makes this super comfy to hold and honestly made me want an emulator with this type of shape. If they put more buttons on the GBA, I'd even take that, but still, bigger than the Plus. Next up we have the GBA SP. When it's closed, it's about the same dimensions, but when it's open, it's longer and thinner. Still a comfortable design, and I personally probably put the most amount of hours playing the SP. This was also the first handheld I had with a rechargeable battery, which can be a gift and a curse. Moving on, we have the PS Vita. To be honest, the Vita can do everything the Miyoo can, and more. If you have a Vita, I'd argue you don't need this, especially when it's hacked. But you're most likely watching this video because you too buy things you don't need, but want. The Vita is sleeker and thinner, but it's a longer boy. Still, one of my favorites. And lastly, we have the Analog Pocket, the clout machine. If you were lucky enough to get one, you'd probably agree that it's worth it, and better. I consider the Pocket a premium handheld due to its quality and FPGA cores, but I don't think the Miyoo is a bad alternative. The Pocket is bigger in all dimensions, but feels great in the hands. I also went ahead and did a side-by-side comparison of the Miyoo and the Pocket together running Metroid Zero Mission, and other than the Pocket's screen being better in every aspect, it was a pretty comparable experience. They both have good viewing angles, controls are tight, and the playing experience was the same. Like I mentioned before, you can customize the Miyoo more with a different OS and emulator options, so whatever you see here isn't the way things have to be played or seen. Wrapping it up, what are my final thoughts? I think if you're looking for a nice little emulation device, the Miyoo Mini Plus is an excellent option. It's labeled the Plus, but the portability aspect is amazing. You can play a game, pause it, throw it in your pocket or bag, then continue playing it wherever you are. It fits in your pocket pretty well without a carrying case, but I wouldn't recommend it just having it loose, as you may end up scratching it or damaging the screen. I think the Plus is a great grab. If you want to get a gift for someone or yourself, I recommend searching Amazon for when this thing goes on sale and picking it up. It offers enough from the stock experience to just grab and go, but if you like to tinker and customize things, it also leaves a lot of space for that as well. Onion OS is also continuously updated, and I think there's even a beta out for DS games. As I always state, the more ways to play games, the better, and I think this provides that in a nice and small package. I'd like to know what you guys think of the Miyoo Mini Plus. If you have one and it has features I haven't mentioned, please drop them down in the comments so I can learn more. I do know it has Wi-Fi capabilities, but since I don't plan on using that feature with this OS, I'm going to leave that for the Onion OS review. If you don't have a Miyoo Mini Plus and have any questions, leave those down below and I'll try my best to give you an answer as well. As always, I appreciate you guys watching the video. The channel is on its way to 1,000 subscribers, and that still blows my mind. If you liked the video, please drop a like. If you want to stay tuned for future videos and show some support, please consider subscribing. Or, I mean, you know, don't, because I don't control you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye.